Hello, and welcome to We Got a podcast about Dragon Ball from A to Z, from Earth to Namek to Sadala. We cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Doug.
And I'm terribly localized, Kien.
Oh dear, we are the world's strongest under the heavens trio de dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goofs, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. This week we're going to be reviewing that new Sparking Zero expansion. But first I gotta ask that age-old question. Doug, how are you doing?
Hey, good, man. Going to the beach soon, so I'm really excited. I decided to buy my very first pair of Crocs. Don't know what the hype is, but I'm like, sure, I need some kind of sandals. Why not get something that everyone else is getting? And I got... I could have got basic ones, but you know me. I got the Yoshis.
Yoshi.
Ta-da! The Yoshi Crocs. They come with a red on the bag and everything. The Yoshi Gubbins or whatever they're called. Really cool. Got the wrong size.
Oh, see, man, I want a cool pair of Crocs. I thought I ordered some, and I was going to go pick them up at a store on my way to go to a beach or on a boat. And turns out that I had ordered them at a different store than the one that I'd actually driven to. Then I'm like, well, I don't have time to drive across the city to go to that one. So let's see, what do they got here? Only just like very boring, like low saturation green in my size. I'm like, well, I guess it's that.
My original plan was to go just get boring, nice ones. But then like I saw the Yoshi ones online like a week prior. I'm like, those are probably online exclusive. But then I went to the store and there they were. I'm like, the Yoshi ones particularly look so like clean and simple. Like they don't scream video game unless you're like, you know what you're looking for, except for the green. But it's still like a nice, like fun one to have. I'm not going to wear these Crocs everywhere, just when I'm like going somewhere comfortable with friends who know who I am. So I decided to get them. I went to the store to try them on. I went with my sister, and so I'm like, okay, this is the 12. This one fits me. Hold on to this one, please. And I think she just handed me the wrong one upon checkout. So I'm just like, didn't find out till I got home. Like, no, now I got to go back to this mall that's so far away. But yeah, besides that, I did get some Dragon Ball stuff. The new Ichiban Kuji set came out.
All right.
And one of the better ones is the Spectacle Battle one. It has this Goku, like this bust of him doing the Kamehameha. It looks so freaking amazing. Everything from this, like Ichiban Kuji set, was so cool. I released a short of me showing off every single one, but this is like my favorite. It's between this and the Goku and Gohan Kamehameha, the Toriyama illustration one that is out there. It looks incredible. Like this whole set. I can't stress how amazing it is. But yeah.
It's an interesting figure because he looks like he's doing the Ultra Instinct Kamehameha run from the Tournament of Power against Kefla, but that's just regular base Goku.
Yeah. There's a Super Saiyan variant, but I know I definitely see the UI sign Goku vibes from this. It's really cool.
It still looks really great.
Awesome. But yeah, That's me.
Great. Ken, what's new with you?
All right, everyone needs to strap in. I told you I was going to go on an OVA journey, and so I got to catch you up, right? Okay, So I've got 9 titles here. I'm going to go pretty quickly through them, but this is... Randy's looking at me like I've gone insane and watched all of these in 2 weeks, which is not the case. I've kind of like gone back, and before I officially started this journey, I've logged some of the ones that were in here, so This wasn't all this last week. So I'm going to give you a front. Anything at a 3.5 or higher out of 5, I can wholeheartedly recommend. Below that, you're on your own, okay? So we're going to start at the bottom with an OVA called Violence Jack. This is based on a Go Nagai manga. Of course, Go Nagai did Devilman. You may have seen Devilman Crybaby on Netflix. I really do like Devilman Crybaby. I thought it was awesome. This was awful. It 1 out of 5 revels in its violence against women. I cannot recommend it to anyone. Just a really terrible product, and I hope everyone involved got the help that they so despettly needed.
Not even as a bad watch, like a drinking game kind of watch?
No.
Oh my God.
The next one up is at a 1.5 out of 5. Slayer's Excellent. I really loved the TV series. I used to go to Barnes & Noble and like buy the VHSs from... not Barnes & Noble, Half Price Books, buy the VHSs and then go home and watch them with my friend. And so I did that for the Slayers and Slayers Next. This was awful, and like aggressively boring. So the like worst possible situation you could be in with something.
But is Naga in it?
Yes, she is.
Oh, okay.
And she's really pushing the limits of that, like, no thanks. I'm good. I'm good there. The next one up here is at a 2 out of 5, and you will have heard me on the last podcast saying that I was really into this show. Record of Lodoss War. It fell apart like you wouldn't believe in its second half. It was my understanding is that dreaded point where they went beyond the source material and tried to do their own thing, and their own thing was like, what? This is nothing. I'm watching, nothing is happening. It's just pretty bad.
Dang.
At a 3 out of 5 is Angel Cop. Now, the first 4 episodes of the show are great. The 5th episode is kind of like whatever, and then the 6th episode goes off the rails, and they say some things they really shouldn't be saying that I cannot even repeat to you. So the only reason that this one is so high is because those first 4 episodes are really good. Episode 5 was okay, but episode 6, they fall off hard, man. It's really bad. Like, worse than you can imagine, the stuff that they're saying. I'll tell you guys after we're done recording. And Craig is no longer on the line. All right, so now 3.5, we're in the territory of I would wholeheartedly recommend this stuff. Macross Plus, which is an OVA based on the Macross, or you may know it as Robotech series. If you watch this one dubbed, the main character is voiced by Bryan Cranston of Malcolm in the Middle and Breaking Bad fame. For those who don't know, he was a prominent voice actor in the 90s before he really took off with his comedic and then dramatic acting careers.
Just a talented man.
Yeah. Macross Plus, really, really fun. Then also at 3.5 is Gunsmith Cats. This is one of those anime that if they released it today, people would not be able to jive with it. It is very pro...
cats.
Well, no, guns. It's very much so. And it feels like a parody of what Japanese people think Americans are like. It is very,
I always love that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but it is very well animated. The characters are fun. And if you can just look past the
gun porn.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You should check out Riding Bean, which I believe is
way ahead of you. I haven't watched it yet, but I've already procured it.
Okay.
Oh, now this is the one I said that I was going to be watching next, which is 801 TTS Airbats, which for our audience here, we got a podcast. It's like Tenchi. And for better or worse, in the first 4 episodes, and it's a 7-episode OVA, and then the last 3 episodes, they really start doing stuff with these characters and pushing what this OVA could be. And then they just never made more. And by the end, I was like, keep going. You just hit this awesome stride of these 3 episodes. And so that's why it's a 4 out of 5 on this one. Really liked 801 TTS Airbats. Check it out. 4.5 out of 5. So we are at the creme de la creme here. And that's right, guys. 5-episode OVA called Ah My Goddess.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I watched, this is one of those anime that if you've been around for a while, you've heard of it for forever. This is one of those things that you would see in the back pages of Animedia or whatever kind of anime magazines you would see at Sam Goody or whatever back then. You would see Ah My Goddess or ads for the VHSs and stuff. And I finally watched it and I fell in love with this. So at some point down the line, I will be checking out the TV series. There's also a movie that I want to watch as well. Have you guys seen it? It's fantastic.
No, been meaning to forever.
Yes.
It's like the woman with the long white hair or something like that.
There
brown
is
hair.
one of them. But the main character's
right.
brown hair. Then her sisters, one of them has white hair, yeah. But,
that's right.
Oh my Goddess, definitely check that one out. And then this is where Doug and I are going to come to blows about it. This is the last one. This is my 5 out of 5, an anime made for me, which is Aim for the Top, Gunbuster.
5?
5 out of 5.
Wow, you are riding that Ano hard.
Oh, whoa. All right, Randy, tiebreaker, Gunbuster opinions?
Oh, Gunbuster's great.
Yeah.
Of course. You both love...
I don't know what Doug was doing wrong, but he did Gunbuster wrong.
Well, it's fine. You don't have to like it. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. I highly recommend it to anyone. So that's where I am on my OVA journey. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I tried to go through it as fast as I could.
Thank you.
I'm currently watching All-Purpose Cultural Catgirl Nuku Nuku, which, spoiler alert, will rank quite high. I am really you'll laugh in this show.
Wow. Awesome. No, I'm glad you're doing it for us to give us the recommendations. You've watched so many anime. I'm just watched 5 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So that's the pace that we go at.
So if people are like, I want to watch some other stuff, anything at my 3.5 or above level, I really do stand by those shows.
Great.
So definitely check those out.
Starting with Violent Jack.
No, don't touch that. But Randy, what have you been up to?
Well, I don't have too many crazy things. I've been putting together some model kits, and by model kits, I mean just one. But I did this first version 0 from Mega Man X1, and it turned out all right. Took maybe like 3 different sessions and over maybe like about 3 hours. There was one morning where for like 45 minutes I was putting together 4 sets of hands, because he's got 2 hands. So got to do.
Do you love it? Do you love the experience of just like sitting down and just zoning out, kind of building this stuff?
It's a lot of concentration because I don't want to mess up. There's so many times where I've tried to put something together. I'm like, all right, this is going great. And then I get 40 more steps in and they're like, what? And then I look and I see that I've put something on backwards. So I'm like, now I've got to undo everything.
Everything,
and then
yeah.
swap one thing around and then go back to do it again. So
I've only done it once thanks to Jake Lunar, who's Doug number 2 on the podcast. He took me to one of the shops that had him, and I like fell in love with such a new world. I forget what it was, a high grade one or whatever, but yeah, I was like very like meticulous at the instructions. Like, okay, what do I need to do? Don't mess anything up where you're gonna have to go back 10 steps. But I still haven't finished it yet because it's like a bittersweet moment of like, I don't want this to end, but I also don't want it to keep going where I spend more money on all these gunpla that I come to a new addiction. But it was just really nice to just put a movie on in the background and just build it right there. It was really nice. Yeah,
I just had music going the whole time, and I was having a great time. And I have 2 more things to put together. One of them is a Christmas gift that I still need to do that Andrew had got me, which is the rebuild version of Evangelion Unit 1. I've already put together Unit 2. It's been over there since like January.
I'm going to do a quick test for Doug. Doug, what is the primary difference between the TV series version of Unit 1 and the rebuild version?
There's like a green like belt coloring thing.
Oh, whoa!
Dang!
And the shoes, baby.
Whoa!
But yeah, I pay attention.
So I have that, and then while we were out shopping at a game store this past week, I saw this, which is the TV version of Unit 1.
Oh, I'm glad I jumped in.
Yeah, I do prefer the TV version, but it's just great to see because the rebuild ones came out. And I'm like, well, they got TV versions, and it's like, well, there are some. They've made some, and those are currently China only, and it took forever, and now they're available here. And it was like I looked, I'm like, I could buy through their website. Oh, okay, well, maybe I'll get to that eventually. But then I just saw it in the store, and they only had one, and I'm like, well, I gotta get it.
Might as well grab it.
Yeah, exactly. So
does it say Nickelodeon on the top left of that or no?
I know, but no, it's Blockies.
Okay.
Now that is a model kit brand that is like taking off. I feel like I'm seeing new stuff from them constantly.
Yeah, it kicked off with, for me, like my first thing was like a Naruto, the QB, like Blockies or Blokies or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is my first one was the Unit 2 and the Unit 1 rebuild thing. But I was really impressed because my senior year of high school, I think it was a high grade Bandai Unit 1 that I put together. And I've tried to get one again. Like I have an open order on Big Bad Toy Store for one because they had a reissue available, and it's been saying every month, like it's coming out this month for like the past 9 months. So
I'm pushing it.
Yeah, so I'm probably not going to get that. But then they came out with this, and they're very, they're big, and there's a lot of pieces and a lot of accessories, and they're pretty cheap. $40 for this, for a huge,
that's really
huge
good
thing.
I really want like how big would you say the completed product is? Because I'm really looking in the market for like a good big size like Ava Unit 1.
So this is my Unit 2, and
that's good pose.
Yeah,
it's a really good pose.
Nice and large. Oops, she's falling forward.
It's not too much bigger than like 1/12 scale, like an SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball figure. Like I want like which not to belittle that looks incredible. I just want like this yay big, like an actual presence.
Yeah, I mean, legs are all bunched up here, but I mean, pretty decently big.
Yeah.
Wow. Goku is like crotch height with those legs. That's what it looks like.
Ma'am.
Ma'am. Heck yeah.
I want to state for the record, I prefer Rebuild 01, but I am glad that we are in an era now where we are getting more TV 01 merch.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that it was just Rebuild 01, even though that's the one I prefer.
Yeah. I also like Rebuild 01. Great. I don't really have a lot of things that I dislike about it, but Rebuild 02, I don't like the horn thing.
I don't like it.
So, but yeah, it's fine. So that's kind of it that I've been up to, other than what our topic is, because I love this thing. We're talking about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Super Limit Breaking Neo. So,
mouthful.
What is that?
What?
Yeah. It's an update to Sparking Zero that launched on July 30th. So very, very recently, almost 2 years since the release of Sparking Zero, because that was October 2024. And Doug, what do you think this is?
All right. So this game came out 2020. Started out as Kakarot, the story of Kakarot. Beginning, you fly around, you collect bubbles everywhere, and you do blasty from third person. And every other 2,000 other characters do the exact same moves with mini cutscenes in between. But from what I've seen, really cool interactions with these new characters in this DLC. I really like that.
Heck yeah, man.
Is that the right game? Is that?
No, but I think really kind of everything else is kind of the same. There's just no bubbles. There's no bubble collecting, as far as I know.
Oh, thank God.
Unless I'm forgetting. So yeah, this might be the one. This might be the one for you. Even though we played this in person, and you're like, I don't like this.
Oh, that's right. That's the one you downloaded on my PC. Yeah. I thought I bought it on PC, and then I immediately refunded it, not because the game sucked, but because my PC wasn't strong enough to play it without skipping. Mm-hmm. I thought I bought it on PlayStation 5 just to avoid all that and just play it that way, but I can't find it. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
I really wish I loved these games. If you asked me 10 years ago, if you told me 10 years ago that I don't play Dragon Ball games really anymore, I wouldn't believe you. Like, I was like, why? I don't know. It just doesn't grab me the same way it used to, and just these games are not for me. I don't know. I would, the cutscenes and everything look incredible for everything, and I want to experience all this, but I just can't. I don't know. Anyone else out there feel the same way? Let me know.
That's totally fair. Well, then we get to kind of go over our experiences for that and whether we like it or not, because Ken and I both played it, and I'm curious what Ken's thoughts are, because Ken, I know that you are not huge on Sparking Zero or the Tenkaichi games. You do love Kakarot for, its writing and all of that. I'm taking a look here on Steam, and it'll say how much we've played in the last 2 weeks. So in the last 2 weeks, I have played 22.5 hours of Sparking Zero, but Ken at a very respectable 12.3. So that is not, a short amount of time. Ken, how do you feel about this?
Boy, it's kind of a loaded question, but
yeah.
I'm going to give you a loaded answer. I think the way I have configured my experience is fan-freaking-tastic. So for those who don't know, and first of all, Doug, I think the main issue you were running into with Sparking Zero is that these developers in Japan, they don't understand PCs. And if you try to render this game out at 1080p, it just won't work. So you have to actually render it at a higher resolution and then downscale to 1080p. And then it works just fine. And that's probably what you were running into, because that's what I ran into. So you actually have to play it higher to go lower. Anyways, and then it works. It's weird. But I have configured what is called a trainer. I am playing on PC, again, as Randy outed me. I'm playing on Steam. And I've played quite a bit of this as well. But I'm using a trainer to basically just let me cheat my way through this whole thing, because I want a frictionless experience, and I feel that the Sparking games have always provided just too much friction for me to be able to stomach. And I think about it, it's like, I think about the Supersonic Warriors games, and I know Randy was actually not a fan of those, as he said on our video game episode that we did. I want these games to play and feel like Supersonic Warriors, where it's just constant punch. I feel like I'm always active in that, whereas in Sparking, I'll be active, and then I'll just get hit with a strong attack, and my character's falling for 30 seconds, and I'm mashing the controller trying to get any kind of input on my character, and nothing's working. It just feels like I was walking along the road and got hit by a truck. And so I'm sure there might be mods or something to kind of bring that feeling down. But anyways, when I hit the little toggle, it says ignore hits. Buddy, I'm ignoring hits. And I can have that experience of Supersonic Warriors.
What do you mean ignore hits?
When someone hits me, nothing happens.
What? You're just invincible? Just Mr. Satan against you like punching Cell?
Doug, there's a toggle in here where I can one-hit kill any character.
But then why?
Because that's what I want to get into about what I love about this game. And this game is attention to detail, the game.
That's what I really wish I could experience.
And my issues with the gameplay of the Sparking games aside, and I will say, I'm cheating my way through this game, right? And people will be like, how could you enjoy that? I've cheated my way through this game for 12.3 hours these past 2 weeks. And again, having a great time, okay?
Yeah.
So I found a way to play this game. And I will say that if there was a way, I really need this game to be dumbed down. When you go through the training mode, and Randy, I know I'm going like all through the game as a whole, and not necessarily just the DLC.
That's great.
But when I go through when I first got in the game, and before I was like, I'm going to cheat my way to hell on this, I tried to do the training mode. And my brothers in Christ, there are so many mechanics to this game that I just cannot remember them all. And I really need this game to be dumbed the hell down for me. And I need that feeling of like not being able to press any buttons for 10 seconds. And I'm sure it's less. I'm exaggerating, but I need that feeling to go away. So really those two things. And I can achieve that with my cheats here and just have a fun and go through the meticulous care that the writing team put into this wonderful game.
Yeah.
And that whoever's been brought on for modeling, like, I really don't think there's a bad model of the new bunch, whereas in the base game, there's some really not great ones in here. Anyways, all this to say, I played through all 4 of the new stories, and I 100% of them, so I got the little golden Shenlong trophy in the top right. I made sure that I was doing that. I played a good amount of the Limit Breaker mode. And then a lot of this time, Randy, that you have seen me playing on Steam is just battle mode, running character combinations through together. Yep. And I will tell you, Doug, there is I don't know if you saw, I posted this in the Concentrons.
I've been watching, yeah.
But there's an I was like, there's no way they would have planned for this. And I had Grandpa Gohan and the 4-star dragon. And sure enough, there is a bespoke interaction between these two characters. And I look at that, and to me, that is emblematic of the love that this team has poured into every detail of this game. And I'm excited to talk more about it in detail. Randy, what did you think?
I think that it is a great addition, just this DLC pack that they have come out with. And I mean, it's added a whole bunch of different things that have kept me engaged because I will say this was, how much we've played over the past 2 weeks. My current total for Sparking Zero since launch day is 234.8 hours. And of course, that's over the course of 2 years. And for a while there, a couple of months, like I was playing daily for hours at a time. And then I was just kind of playing like on the weekends. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe every couple of weeks I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to get in there and I'm going to do some of these random fights or whatever. But it's, reinvigorated my desire to just, keep jumping in, see what's new, have some fun, and just put together spectacles of battles. And I know that for the way that I play, there's a bunch of content in this that I'm probably not going to touch. And that's so cool that it's there for the people that want to put in the time. And I think it's great. It adds a lot to everything and just kind of takes what I thought was the pinnacle of the Sparking games and just makes it even better. A much bigger, much fuller package, which I certainly enjoy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Ken, you're not saying like when you're saying I need the devs to dumb this, I need this game to be dumbed down for me. You're not saying the devs need to dumb it down for everyone. You're just saying for you, Ken, to enjoy this game, it needs to be dumbed down, right? You're not like, because there's the majority of people love this game as is already. You're just saying for you to enjoy it, it needs to be like that.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that kind of one and the same for me? Is that this game is not tailored for me, and I recognize
that's the me aspect of like I'm not playing this because I need it the way Ken needs it, but I'm not a PC gamer, so I don't have access to any of that kind of modification. So I just have to skip this game or skip this whole series, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. I since Budokai 1, I've always craved those interactions, but just the starting stuff like that you talk about the bespoke interactions. That's what I've been craving ever since they like did that for like one or two characters in the Budokai series, and I'm just like, I want like every character to have that and like their own kind of like cutscene or whatever, not just like let's fight right now. Like I was like, no, make it tailored to everything, and that's what I've been wanting forever. And the fact that I'm missing it is just so heartbreaking now. I really want to just get in there and just do that. But yeah, like I totally admit that it's like a skill issue on my end that I don't enjoy these games. It's just like when Randy and I played, Randy's like, yeah, you gotta like, when I hit you to like dodge, you gotta like divide by 2 and then find out Gohan's birthday and then, find out if the moon's in the sky, then hit R1 and then you can teleport behind me.
You have to calculate Trunks' birthday using Daima information, and then that's how you
and then you can teleport behind to dodge and attack. I'm like, I don't.
Doug, my mission this episode will be to get you to want to purchase this, because I think, you say you're not a PC gamer, and I really don't consider myself one either, but you have a computer that can run this. You were just running into the issue that I had, and I can hook you up with this trainer that will let you cheat let's say, Doug, you don't want to go as far as I am, then you can just up your damage output, up your defense, and then play at whatever like handicap you feel like you want.
That's the beauty of mods, right? So yeah.
Right. Yeah. And Randy did help me hook up. I was getting really frustrated because the modding community assumes that I know more than I do about how to do this. And Randy helped me hook up with the name mods and like making all the Saiyan's hair just pure black, so there's no shading on it anymore. And like making the most of the Super Saiyan hair be pale. It doesn't actually work for all of them, but
and then making every time.
I want to say is really weird looking at Kaba like that, because I'm like, this does not look right.
Right, one we've never seen him in this colorway before.
Yeah. But Doug, I really truly believe, like you've heard me on this podcast when we did our episode where I was like, no more, oh no buy, right? I was so against so much of what was in this game, and I could tell Randy was ready to kill me. A lot of the audience was unhappy with me. And I'm telling you, Doug, I found a way to love this game in my own way. And I think you have fully capable of playing this on PC. And I think you think you would love it.
One of my lights is attached to my internet, so I don't know how reliable my PC is.
I think you would love it this way.
Yeah, we could figure it out, and through the magic of modding and things like that, you can make it a bespoke experience for you to enjoy, and I think that'll be really, really cool. But there's something that you can enjoy without having to play it, and that is, of course, one of the first big things that I got excited about, which is there's a new main theme for this game. Now, originally when it launched, they had an opening video, and it looks very cool, but it's just set to, Limit Break Survivor from Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power opening, which is a song I do like, but I'm like, it's weird to just reuse this song for this. Yeah. But I suppose they've been using Head Chala in all these other games before, so it's like, really, is that too different? But anyway, Hironobu Kageyama is back. We got an all-new song. Incredible. And yeah, it's great. I want to just read a quick thing here. They had an interview where he says that it's been 18 years since I made any music for Dragon Ball, and I'm honored to be able to provide the main theme for this game. With my previous tracks, I was only responsible for the vocals, but this time I was trusted with writing the music and lyrics as well, so I put my absolute all into making it, and I personally feel very satisfied with the result. Of course, I'd love for all Dragon Ball fans to listen to it, but it would also be great if as many other people as possible could listen to this track and say, wow, Kageyama's still got it. So there's Doug holding up his Dragon Box, which I believe is a signature by Kageyama. Is that correct? Sir.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't it be great if it wasn't Kageyama and Doug's just showing up some random signature?
This is Masako Nozawa on the front. It is actually Masako Nozawa on the front.
I agree. Kageyama still has it. This song is a banger.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so you have listened to it.
I did. Yeah, Randy sent me the link to the video, and I watched it. And I wish it was just the well, you did, but I just watched the video. But I wish I could just focus on the audio.
Mhm.
But because of the visuals, I'm like, this looks dumb, and I want to go back to the burst limit. Kikiseki no hona hona. I just like thought of that in my head and moved on to that. But Kageyama, anything is incredible. He's a star.
It is so catchy, and I think right, we're talking about the burst limit theme and everything, but I think there's been a lot of themes. Like I don't know what the Raging Blast one or Ultimate Blast and all that, and there's probably a reason why I don't know what that is, right? It's because it's just forgettable and that people aren't talking about it. People are talking about it. No one's talking about it. People are talking about Zero.
I think for me, it matters if I played it or not. Progression, the opening song to Raging Blast 1, I don't really know because I never bought that game, so I don't really have a lot of exposure to it. I did get Raging Blast 2, so Battle of Omega, I know that one, and I love that one a lot. Unfortunately, Ultimate Tenkaichi / Ultimate Blast, they just used Head Chala. So, because that was post Yamamoto, and he's gone, and that's why, Kageyama brings up here. This time I was trusted with doing the music and the lyrics. I'm like, well, because there's a certain other guy 18 years ago who...
Which version of what? Because I know Xenoverse used the flow version of Chala Head Chala, which is demonstrably the worst one.
I still like it, though.
They used it in Kai, the final chapters at the end. And it's like, well, first of all, Head Chala was never the intro to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this so much. It's definitely going to be one I'm listening to a lot. And it is something that when I am going through and I'm doing my battle mode testing and stuff, I have it set as the only track that plays. I'm like, this is the only one I want to hear right now.
It's good. And it's been great that, of course, it's up on streaming services internationally, so you can just listen to it on whatever platform you're on.
Speaking of which, the burst limit one isn't on streaming services. I looked up Kiseki no Hona, whatever. It just wasn't there.
Right.
It's on my MP3 folder, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's where I have to find it.
I'll pop it in my Plex, because there's actually an app called Plex Amp, which is what you do for listening to music. And I've got Zero in there because I bought that track. I went on this Japanese music purchase site and I bought that song. Yeah, man. I also bought the Daima songs as they were coming out. And then like the day after I bought them, it's like, now it's available on Spotify and everything ever. I'm like, well, at least I bought them.
At least you bought them,
Yeah, exactly.
All allegedly 75 tracks that were in that show. Yeah, right.
Well, I
right.
I did the opening and the ending. I don't really care about the BGM. But maybe someday I'll get it. Who knows? But I really like this track. I like the new opening video that they made. I'm kind of bummed that the original opening video is all, choreographed CG stuff. This one is half that and half just like, and here's gameplay. Like, okay, you guys couldn't fit in a minute 30 of new video stuff, but
the new opening video has a moment where Bardock saves Goku, and I don't even know how I feel about that. It's just something I watch it and I don't feel good. I'll tell you that. I don't feel good about it.
It's just I said I didn't like it, but it's like video game slop. It's just like, what if action figures like boom, what if these two characters blah, 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 blah. And that aspect is really cool.
And this is going to come back to bite me when we eventually get to this point in Heroes, but I just feel like don't touch Bardock. He and Goku should never share the screen together.
Right. But I mean, that's the fun of this, is like putting characters to each other and seeing these interactions they'll have, because of course it's like a huge what if sort of thing. And it gets wild. But speaking of Bardock, because he was already in there, but now we got him as Super Saiyan from episode of Bardock thing. We got new characters. Doug, give me a number. How many new characters do you think there are? Now, granted, when I say characters, I mean things like, well, we've got GT base Vegeta, and now we've got GT Super Saiyan Vegeta, so that's 2 characters, and so on and so forth.
3,000.
Dang, you're way off.
Really?
There's no way they could add an extra 3,000. Like the base game was like 200 some. All right,
that's my real guess.
That's closer. It's 33, which is pretty substantial, I think, because previously when we had DLC packs, they were doing them like every couple of months, and they would be like, here's like 6 new characters, whatever. And this time for all of 2026 so far, they're like, we're just not going to put anything out. We've got one big pack we're going to do. So we're going to see how that goes. So now it's 33. We got 33.
Can I ask for like a quick, like 10-second like rundown of the Sparking Zero? Like, the game came out, and then how many DLCs, or was there a season pass, and then we're here?
Right. So there was one season pass of things, and the DLC that came out for that was we had extra Daima characters. We had Dragon Ball Superhero stuff. We've got, for a free update was Shallot from Legends. So everybody got that. Didn't have to pay for that.
Oh boy, they're excited.
Yeah. So that's what it was. It was
like the base game, 10 new characters, 3,000 new characters.
33 new. Yes, exactly. And also in that, go ahead.
I do want to say this DLC pack has got me wanting to go back and get that season pass, even though it's just characters. So, a sale in the future.
But price-wise, what is this? This isn't free.
No, this is $35. And it comes with the 33 new characters. It comes with a whole bunch of other stuff. There was some new stuff that was a free update that people got. So they added, we had Ruined Namek before, which is, post Frieza blowing some stuff up. So it's all molten lava. That is not, there's a second version of that is just like called Molten Lava. So now it's just Earth, but it's ruined. Mm-hmm. And that was free because they're like, it's just kind of a lighting change. Like we don't need to charge people for this. Same thing for like this one Rocky Valley. Now they've got one where it's like all white and it's nighttime. Like that's free for everybody. But, we also got some new stages and things like that.
But if you were to buy everything, this is easily over $150 game or what?
I think you can get it all for $90, right?
They've now permanently decreased the price of the base game. So, but I think the DLC is all still what it was. So there's the season pass, which I think was $30, and then there's this, which is $35. I think the base game now is $50, and of course it used to be $70 as stuff was.
But if you were since the beginning, you were over $100 on this game.
Yes.
Yeah, because I had bought the Ultimate Pack when it came out, and that was $100, and now I paid the $35 for this. Now, granted, I also am a psychopath, and I paid for the anime music packs where they added, like different songs from Z and things to it. But if you just wanted the gameplay stuff, that's sub $150. It's like $135 or whatever. No, it's less now because it's $50 plus whatever.
Is there not a bundle, Randy, that's $90 that has everything in it right now?
As a person who already owned it, I have not looked at prices for what bundles are, but I can take a look.
Could have sworn, which would put the base game at effectively $20.
So there is the Neo Spark Super Limit Breaking Neo Edition, which is the base game, and then this expansion does not include the first season.
Oh, okay.
That's $60. And if you want the Legendary Edition, that's $90.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that is.
Well, but even so,
this stuff too.
That would be $60 plus then $35. So you're still under $100. So, one of the things that I saw some people commenting about this game is that this is what the base game should have been. Because there were so many characters, right? When this game was being discussed, people were like, Tenkaichi 3 had so many characters. Can you meet that number? And I don't know what the math shakes out to, but it had characters obviously from Super that weren't in Tenkaichi 3, but it was missing a considerable amount from Tenkaichi 3.
It was, but the number had greatly exceeded what was in Tenkaichi 3. So mathematically, had way more, but it was just missing ones that were in there. And people had done data mining and seen that like, okay, there are a bunch of characters that were listed in here that aren't made, but there's data in there saying like this character is supported, this character, whatever. And now finally, those ones are here because that included like Super 17 and things like that.
Despite the whole like money side of it, as someone viewing from the outside, it is nice that like this game constantly gets new breaths of like interest from the fans. So it's like I said, from the outside viewing in, like it's nice to see you guys happy like in these bursts. Sometimes it's just like, oh yeah, and the new stuff's coming out, and the new stuff is like new stuff's still coming out for this game. What? Is stuff coming out still for Kakarot too, or no?
We haven't gotten any news on.
I'm probably thinking of Xenoverse.
Kakarot, but
we got a podcast announcement. Yes, we will be getting another season of Kakarot DLC again. I called it the last time. I'm calling it again.
Right, but officially, they haven't announced it. We did.
What's the difference between the two games? Sorry, story-wise? Like, there's like what-ifs in Kakarot, but not in...
No.
Where's the Trunks and the Bardock stuff? The story stuff.
That's in Kakarot, but Kakarot is like base Dragon Ball story, and then like what if the filler was good? And so you get a whole bunch of really fun side stories, and that's like where the writing shines in that game. That's where Doug, Animaline comes from. That's a whole Kakarot thing and additive lore
and
there.
Sparking Zero, what do they do?
Sparking Zero kind of trips on itself in the story department.
The Sparking series has never been known for having a robust story mode. And how this one works is the main story mode, you follow individual characters. So the Goku one, that's going to take you from Raditz to Jiren. But then you'll have things that's like Frieza. So now you just have, here's the Frieza arc. And then also, so I can't remember if there's any Resurrection F stuff or if it just goes straight into Tournament of Power. But it's just like, and then here are their fights, and they have some dialogue things. Sometimes there's full animated cutscene things that are a part of it. But it's just kind of like, here's just a refresher on things
but
that...
then at the top of the episode, Ken was saying that this game had good writing. That's not what you said, but what did you say about...
So I think that comes into play in those character interactions. But I will say... that there are what-ifs in this game. And once you come to terms with what the story mode is, it's fine. Once you kind of get over the fact that you're looking at like low-res renders floating in front of you with text on the bottom, no voiceover, for most of it, it's totally fine. It's okay. And then in that, once you get like on the what-if trees, then that's where almost they're like, okay, let's put more effort into some of these cutscenes.
Let's animate the out of some of these things.
Yes, like there's some stuff in the Gohan What If where they really go hard on it. And so the writing is good. I mean, I'll tell you right now, when we get into it with the Limit Breaker journeys, Ten Shinhans makes no sense at all.
It's interesting because like Doug, how these what ifs kind of work. You're playing the story mode, and there will be sometimes like a decision you'll have to make. So, for instance, in Kuroden's, it's here's 18, and I've got the remote. Do I destroy it or do I press it? And so then it's like, okay, you can continue, and then it starts a new path, and then you just go through that of like, how does this play out? There's the Cell one, which is like, instead of letting Gohan achieve this new level of power, it's like, you know what? I'm just going to end this kid. Goku goes Super Saiyan 2 to put a stop to it. So then you've got a long, battle between him and Cell. And, sometimes things get weird. Sometimes things are just kind of like, well, I beat him. And that's that. And everybody was happy. Like, oh, okay. So what else do we have here? Like I said, we have these characters, and I just really I'm not going to name all of these, but it's a lot of OG Dragon Ball stuff, a lot of GT stuff, some extra movie things that were added, some
body.
But yeah, it's some cool things. Seeing 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai Goku, one of the best models, I think, in this game, and some really great animations. Super, super great. King Vegeta, rather than in previous games where it's like, and here's what he looked like in Z, because that's what we had. Now they're like, now this is his Super Broly design, and that's the only option you have for him.
Yeah. Oh. It's kind of a bummer. He doesn't look very good. I don't like that design.
Oh, no.
I mean, he's got extra accessories, so it is whatever. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. The other thing that I was very excited about, because of course this is about putting out your action figures and having them fight against each other, is that now they're Barbies and you can change their clothes because there's a whole bunch of new outfits and things, new costumes.
Oh.
And one of the cool things that they've done for this is some outfits will also change your moveset, in that now your ultimate move will be different. So before you had like Buu Arc Gohan pre doing his whole ultimate upgrade and things, where his ultimate would be just like a Kamehameha, and it's cool, and it's, very, cinematic looking and all that. But now you have his Orange Star High outfit that you can equip. So now you're his base form, and he does a combo that he did when he was the Golden Warrior, ending with like doing the blast where he like flipped that truck and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Yes. See, Doug just did it. Frame perfect. And it was amazing. Like End of Z Goku. Now it's like this combo that he had used on Oob in that tournament. So it's just a whole bunch of cool things. And yeah, it's some great things. Ken, is there any specific outfits that you're like, oh man, they finally got this. I love this one, and he's never getting out of that?
Well, when I got to GT Vegeta and I could take the vest off, I'm like, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I took the vest off immediately.
Hell yeah.
I like that leather jacket. But yeah, it's nice. Same thing for GT
I wish it'd be
Trunks.
cool if it was like, oh, you could like rip off like the vest mid battle to then get that acquired, like a transformation, I guess. Except it's just you taking off the jacket, or like Goku ripping off his gi, so it's like the later part of the story.
Now there is battle damage, so if you get hit by a super, now those parts are missing. But of course, like then you've got bruises and other such things.
That'd be cool
there.
if that changed your moveset, maybe like the deeper you go into the battle, your moves change or whatever. Have they ever done that?
Now this is the first technically playable false Super Saiyan Goku from movie 4, in that it's not a character, but if you equip the shirtless like Goku from that says it'll change it, now his ultimate, rather than being a Genki Dama, he turns into false Super Saiyan, does a bunch of flying combos, and then blasts all of stuff, and then immediately turns back. So like it's just for this cutscene attack, but it's there, and it's like the first time that's included. So that's rad.
Really cool.
But Doug, if you get this on PC, the data is there now for the modders to make this a separate character.
Oh, you're right. Dang.
Man.
Can we find his Bulma yet?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, modders.
Well, modders, yeah. But in-game, no. She does have a model and everything in there. Multiple models, because, she's there for a couple of different moments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bulma, Chi-Chi, the Pilaf crew all have models, of course, in their super forms. Bergamo, who's the wolf guy from Tournament of Power. There's, his two friends have models. There's a whole lot of characters who are not playable. Elder Kaioshin's in here. I don't think Kibito is.
He is. You can run
Okay.
into him in Limit Break Journey.
Kibito?
Sorry, not Kibito. I was thinking about the fusion of Kibito and Kaioshin.
Kibito Shin's in here? I didn't know that. Yeah. So there are a lot of models, like much in the way that Shampa's model was in the base game, but not playable, but now he is playable. You can kind of see where the Meteor DLC, and again, hey, announcement, we'll get Meteor DLC for this that will add in even more characters. I'm sure Kibito Shin will be a part of this.
If you're a listener and you don't understand why we're calling it that, here in the US, the series was called, Budokai Tenkaichi, because they wanted to, continue with the whole, they called it Budokai for Western releases, so we're going to do that. Versus in Japan,
Budokai.
It was Dragon Ball Z Sparking, and then it was Sparking Neo. And of course, this update is called Super Limit Breaking Neo. And then the third game was called Meteor. So it's probable that we'll do another DLC pack in 1 to 2 years, and that'll be called Super Limit Breaking or something other that's long and ridiculous, ending with Meteor. So we'll see how that goes.
Let's go ahead and touch on something here. I know, Randy, you're excited to talk about the new stages in here, but I would like to just kind of bring the mood down a little bit and talk about the localization of this game. Hey, man, it's a nightmare.
You know what I do like to see, though, is new stages. Let's talk about that I don't think we can get angry about that. So we've got a couple of new stages and also different variants of them. So finally, it was in the story mode where you could see it. We got Kame House. You can fight on Kame House. You can be Raditz and you can punch Kudadin straight into that house and explode
you couldn't before? That's crazy.
Right. It's kind of wild. But now we've got it, and there's a regular daytime, there's a twilight, and a nighttime variant, which is always good, We've got Kami's Palace. We've got variants of those. That wasn't in there before. You can, destroy that.
Yeah, like destroyed, undestroyed, and that's cool.
Exactly.
You can see inside, does it destroy when Boo destroys it?
The cool thing about this game is all of the destructible stuff. You can go inside and do stuff. When you're in the city, there are so many buildings you could be inside. And of course, the second you dash, the whole thing crumbles and falls apart. But the detail is there that it's very, very cool. We have the stratosphere, both planet Vegeta and Earth. So you're just, got some different asteroids that you're standing on while there's space in the background. And that's great. We've got 4 different variants of Bitter Tundra, which is where Super Broly is happening. We've got regular daytime, we've got twilight, we've got nighttime, and then we've got one that's just called spaceship. So that way Frieza's spaceship is there. I think there's also some slight differences, but yeah. And it's great. This is the first time they've added a lot of stages. We had one new stage since the game launched, which was with one of the Dyma packs. They're like, here is the first demon world. So you can do the
not even all
fight.
3.
Nope. just where the Goma fight happens, and that's
more
it.
stages is cool though. Like, does it be chosen at random, or do you like have a go to, or what?
I'm constantly changing which one I'm at. Sometimes it's depending on which characters I want. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, I just want a nighttime vibe because I just like, you know, the bright auras on a dark background. I think that looks really cool. So I'm always changing. So having more things in the rotation is great.
I'm a big sucker for like surprises when it comes to things that are kind of insignificant, like the map. Like insignificant is like not the term I'm looking for. It's like too harsh. But like I want to just go in and like I want to pick like the tundra, and then I get put into it. It's like, oh, it's the Twilight version. Like I didn't get to pick that. Like I want the game to kind of do that so that it's more of like a special moment when it.
I don't
appears.
think there's a random selection for stages, just like there really isn't one for music. You have to go in and manually select that.
Oh, there's not even a random button for that?
I think there really should be, but there isn't.
Yeah.
I got a music mod, and they've added in the randomized battle music, so like clearly it's doable.
I never liked the random button in stages for in the Budokai games because of the World Tournament stage. Like, can I do random but not include that? Because then I don't want to lose by being knocked out of the ring.
That'd be nice. I don't believe you have the ability to do the World Tournament stage where it has bounds. I think there's a mode where you can do that, but I think in just regular battles, it's just like you can have the crowd already there or not. And
Doug, one of the fun things about there is that if you do have the crowd in the tournament stage and you use an ultimate attack, it will pause and the crowd will clear out before you destroy everything.
Yeah. The announcer pops on and he's like, "Oh, this is too dangerous. We all gotta go."
Everyone's running. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that attention to detail.
Yep, there's cool stuff like that, and I love that. So having all those new stages, really, really great. And then we had talked about these new single-player story modes. We got 4 new ones: Kuririn, Tenshinhan, Yamcha, and Cell. Ken, what did you think about these? Because I think you played through all 4. You got all the Shenron trophies up there. So what are your thoughts?
Kuririn's is the best one, right? The big what if there is Kuririn. Hey, guys, Kuririn learns Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And then he and 18 fight Ribrianne. That's really fun. The Tenshinhan one doesn't make sense because there's a point on Namek where the Dragon Balls just suddenly reactivate. Which, as you know from the manga, the Dragon Balls reactivate because they had Shenlong back on Earth and then used that to wish back everyone killed by Frieza, which ended up bringing back Great Guru. And that reactivated the Namekian Dragon Balls. And then that's how they reactivated. But in this case, that doesn't happen because they haven't wished Piccolo back yet. And so, like, anyways, it's a what-if story, so I'm not putting a whole lot of stock in that, but it does make no sense. The Yamcha one is just like, hey, guys, Yamcha came to Namek, and oh boy.
And that's that.
Right. And then the Cell one is fun. I was hoping, like, there's a part where you're second form Cell, and you're, like, trying to find 18 and go to the islands, and I'm like, cool, there's got to be like a what-if branch for this that if I find 18 fast enough, but there's totally not. You are literally just wandering around waiting for this to let the story advance forward. That really sucked. And then, of course, as Randy said before, you have the encounter with Super Saiyan 2 Goku at the tournament as the what-if for that.
Wow. You know, like you mentioning Yamcha going to Namek and him not really doing anything, like he's not changing the story really much when he's just there. Is that the gist of that?
Yeah, nothing memorable happened.
It kind of really makes it like, I don't know, give Toriyama his props for, wow, you really just sent the right amount of people to Namek in your story to make it fit. Like, you just need the Gohan and Krillin, and then Bulma, like, as the little side C plot of, like, I've got nothing to do here and this sucks, but then introduce Yamcha would be like a weird D plot or whatever, but yeah.
Doug, you are absolutely right. And it's funny because I was thinking that as I was playing was how I was sitting there in these what ifs, and I'm like, man, this really doesn't work for Tenshinhan to be here or for Yamcha to be here. And it just made me, even in the moment, appreciate how Toriyama did it so right. And what ifs are fun, and they're fun to think about, but Toriyama did it the right way. And that's just all there is to it.
Yeah, it's very impressive how that story that he crafted is like, no, actually, it kind of was perfect. Like, we didn't really need to make a lot of changes. But, it's just kind of cool to see how things kind of go. There's a tiny detail in the Tension Hun one that I'm like, we don't say this, but I'm like, well, this changes more, but this is where it ends, unfortunately, which, like, they do the whole Namek thing, but then they beat Frieza and all of this. Tension Han is still alive, and he's like, you know what? Like, I'm really impressed with, like, your abilities. I really want to rematch you. And then they go to the tournament. So I'm like, wait, so then is this the 24th? Because it would be what happens after that. So then they're the finalists. So then Mr. Satan doesn't win. So what happens here? But they're like, and they had a rematch, and it was great. Everybody loved it.
Everyone loved it.
Like, oh, man.
Dang it. There's a butterfly effect there. That's really important.
Right. Could have really gotten into some cool stuff, but no.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's just kind of neat and kind of fun. And they're, like you said, could have been learning Ultra Instinct from, just like watching Muten Roshi and Goku do something like, oh, okay. I think like this is how it all works out.
That's one thing I'm glad you brought that up is that, Roshi does the Ultra Instinct thing that he does in the manga against Jiren.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we get another nice little touch of addressing something that Toyotaro has kind of concepted.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll never get credit for it because of Ioku.
We'll never get credit for it. That's great.
So one of the other big things that they added to this is a new mode called Limit Breaking Journey. And kind of how you would explain it is it's a roguelike 10-round mode to build up your character stats, get new boost equipment, and the thing that they like to show off is like you can make your aura bigger when you're like charging, and isn't that cool? Like, yeah, it looks all right, but like it's just a visual thing. It doesn't really do anything. But I've played with this a little bit. I've looked at so many posts of people explaining like, here's how like you level up quickly, here's how you activate like these secret bosses and things. But I'm like, it's just so poorly explained, and I didn't really jump into a lot of it. Played some stuff here or there. Ken, what was your kind of takeaway from this?
Well, first of all, Randy, do you like roguelikes just generally?
Generally, no. There's a few of them that have got me. I'm like, you know what? This one actually, like, okay, it's all right. But anytime I see a game and they're like, it's a roguelike, I'm like, I'm kind of checked out. I don't really care anymore.
When I was giving early previews of my experience with this DLC on the Concentrons channel on Discord, and I said that to like this mode, you have to really like the core gameplay of this series, and you have to like roguelikes. You have both. You can't just one or the other with this.
Right.
And this is a roguelike through and through, which means like for people who don't know, that you're going through and each journey you go on is its own journey. And if you die, you basically start all over again, but you are slowly accumulating things that will go from, quote, run to run. That's what a roguelike is. There's also roguelite, and I don't really know what the difference is. So as far as I'm concerned, they're the same thing. But I'm sure someone's going to get a stick in their craw about it. But
you guys mentioning this makes me really wish there was a Dragon Ball roguelike a la Hades. Like I want a Dragon Ball game like that. Multiplayer would be so tight. Like 4 characters running around, getting new abilities, and just meleeing a bunch of things. I don't know. That'd be really cool.
That's the concept is there, but yeah, that's not what this one is. It's just fights, and then you'll encounter like Whis, and then Whis will be like, "Hey, you can add me to your player card, and I'll do some stuff to your stats." Whatever.
Your key will now auto regenerate faster, things like this.
Yeah,
you could do more damage.
I'm just done with these kind of games. I want like new, innovative games for Dragon Ball.
But what the YouTube crowd. So when this game came out, the YouTubers were immediately all over these like special interactions that the characters are having, which is awesome and great for people who aren't going to buy the DLC to be able to see all the stuff that's in here. But I don't think they've really taken a look at this mode, because this is where there are even more special interactions between these characters. So, Doug, if I'm running through as Chilai, which I have, and I have like a level 700 SP Chilai, because I'm cheating my way through this, so I've run through Limit Breaker mode several times. Each characters they go through will have a couple different like mid bosses that they can fight, and then a couple different final bosses that they can fight. So you fight the mid bosses around stage 5, and then the final bosses appear around 10. For Chilai, her mid bosses are Great Saiyaman and Ginyu, in which you have special interactions there, and then the final bosses are, for her, it's Frieza and King Cold, in which you have additional interaction. So to be like Chilai talks to King Cold talks, then Chilai, and then King Cold again. So it's more back and forth than you just get from doing the like battle mode versus mode. So,
wow.
And each character has their own, from what I understand, their own 2 characters that they have interactions with.
Yeah.
There's so much there.
There's literally quite a bit there because you have all those interactions through those 10 rounds. Because then you also have ones where you just like go and you meet a single character for that round and they'll have, a bespoke interaction thing.
And it's not just like, you again or something. It's not like a generic.
One character says something and the other character says something back, but it's like 2 sentences, each of them. But for those mid bosses and those final ones, it's like 4 to 6 back and forths of like what they're doing. Because how this mode is kind of set up is that I think it's Zeno who's like decided to like do some crazy things where like, where it's like warriors throughout different timelines and things are all converging on Earth at the same point. So that way you've got characters from, the Namek arc and you've got superhero stuff coming in. So it's like everybody is here from all different timelines and they're all trying to like fight to whatever, be the best. So now you've picked your character and you're like, I'm going to go defend the world from chaos / become, stronger or whatever. So then, you have these bespoke interactions. Like I played Ultimate Gohan and his final boss for me, because I didn't get a high enough level where then you fight the real final boss. It's like Jiren. So it's like, I realized that I'm not strong enough from the Tournament of Power to like continue to defend my home and my family. And since you were kind of like the pinnacle, I want to defeat you because that'll prove to myself that I now have that strength. So it's like, all right, we got some stuff. And like, that's neat, I guess. But, it depends. Some characters more interesting than others.
Yeah, you really have to like roguelikes to go through it. And I don't mind like a mindless grind. So again, and I have my cheats on and I'm having a good time because to me, these special interactions are worth it to go through. But like, like I said, I've been through this 6 times with Chilai. And I, of course, my 2 mains in this game for a game that I'm cheating, I have mains, but it's Chilai and Metal Kula, of course. If you look at my player card on there, it's like Metal Kula decked out. But I've gone through it several times. So for me, the grind is easy. I'm just sitting here getting to the next one. But for Randy's looking at like 2-3 minute battles each or more. I don't know. I don't know how long. I honestly don't know how long a battle takes in this game.
Well, we'll put it this way. Before we started recording, I was on my exercise bike and I went to do Mission 100 mode. Now that was a thing that was in the old Tenkaichi games. Was not here at launch, but was added as a free feature. Can't remember. I think it was sometime last year where like, you have 100 new missions to do and like different things will happen or whatever. You'll have certain matchups and you have certain restrictions for like each round. But I did 2 of them and I was on that bike for 25 minutes. So like one of them was like 11 minutes. Another one was like 12 minutes. And each of them were like 5 fights. So it was like 5 characters and I had like 4 that I could use. So like sometimes they take 10, 15 minutes to get through. So the time changes.
Yeah. But for me, 1 hit baby and they're out. And so I just move on to the next one.
One punch.
It's just kind of great, even though it's kind of like whatever, man. For the people that have no interest in going online and like fighting other people, adding all of these other things to make a robust single player experience is great. So now you've got, what is it, like 12 main character story modes you can go through. You can then do the Mission 100, which takes a long time. There's 100 different missions to go. I'm on mission 72, and I've been playing this a lot. And then, of course, we have this limit breaking journey thing where it's like you can pick from any of the 300 characters, and they've each got their own kind of story thing with like specific bosses you fight. And this is a thing that I don't really touch, but they added more what they call bonus battles. And this was, you can create your own story thing. You can go in and you'd be like, I want these characters to show up. And if this thing happens, then this will happen. You can make like little cutscene things. It'll be like this character rushes in and then they have like, it's so crazy and so overwhelming. I don't touch it because it's just wild to do. But they also had pre-made ones. So when the mode launched, like the developers made their own. So here's this. So now they've added a bunch of new ones. And of course, added new characters from the DLC and things. So now that you can add those to your own custom story mode.
I would love to see what like really creative people would do with that kind of stuff, though. It's always interesting.
Yeah.
There was one I played when I first started playing the base game, which was Goku and Vegeta, I think like training to learn Super Saiyan Blue or something like that. That one was fun.
Yeah. There are some out there that are really great. The one thing that bums me out the most is that it's locked to whatever platform you're playing on. So if somebody made a really cool story mode and they're playing on Xbox and you're playing on PlayStation, you can't play that because that's only on the Xbox side. So it'd be really great. Like, we don't have crossplay in this at all, but if they're going to add anything, making that be the same everywhere. Now, that is a problem because, of course, you have PC modders who are like, well, I added in Superman, and now I have him in the story mode thing. So then if you tried to play that and you don't have that, like, it causes some issues. So it's like, well, ish. You might just have to have another check in there of like, does this exist? If not, like, you can't allow this to go on.
I know the world that we live in is hell right now, and so you can't exactly just build a gaming PC, but if you have one that can play this game, the PC is the platform to get it. The modding, like, not just my cheating that I'm doing, which is, you know, I stand by, but like I said, the name replacements that we're doing, or the way that we're making the hair look better, or there's this, you know, Ultra Instinct Goku mod that's been going out there, and it's fantastic, and I think it's actually bringing out the worst in people. But you know, the modding on this game is insane. Hey, you can play as Moro, you can play as Granola, you can play as Kingdom Hearts characters, you can play as Saber from whatever, that's Fate Stay Night. You know, and it's Luffy is Doug. You joke, but Luffy's in the game. You know, you can mod that stuff is possible, and they do a lot of fun stuff with their move sets and everything. So if you can, this is a game you should 100% get on PC, because then you could do whatever you want. You've bought this game. You can do whatever you want with it.
I'll throw out one that I do, which I have that music mod where you can randomize things, but also they have a bunch of different music packs you can get. I've got Budokai 1, 2, and 3 soundtrack in there. Wow. And so now I'm playing with, like, Kenji Yamamoto music for all of my battles. It rules.
So you guys are definitely for getting rid of physical media. I get you.
No, absolutely
that's what I'm picking up from all this.
No, man. What they got to do is they got to put this on GOG, where you can get DRM free version and you can back it up onto a disc or a drive or whatever and be like, I got this. If apocalypse happens, and so long as I have power, I can plug this in and I can play it. So, yeah, man. I think ideally get it there if you can, because the community is thriving. There's new stuff added constantly to it that you can, improve the experience, change the experience, all that you want. And it's just so good. One other quick thing that they added for Psychos is we got 2 new mechanics. We've got Sparking Boost, which now you can spend another skill stock and you can up your stats for the time that you're in your sparking mode. That's really fun because you do crazy amount of damage. Like now, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, technically, Touch of Death, if you can start with full stock and go, all right, let's boost that, and then use his skill called I'll beat you in 5 seconds, which then also ups his stats, and you just use his ultimate, Ryuken character, 3 bars of health, they're dead. It does 4.5 bars of damage. Like, they're just gone. But like I said, it takes preparation. You need to do a lot of, expenditures and things like that. And the other one is Linked Blast, where before, if you smacked a character away and then you swapped to another character in your party, they would come in and they would teleport and they would just like hit your opponent to the ground. Still have that, but now they have it where you can sub them in and they'll also do their super attacks. So they'll do a Kamehameha or anything else. So it's just some added cool things. I don't think it adds quite a lot, but you know what? It's new, and it adds some versatility.
Yeah, it could really change up the game. I really like the tell me, how does this game play? How does a typical match kind of go for a player who's good at the game? Because is it like, for me as a bad player, it's like punch, hold, punch, and the enemy flies away. You charge up, and you press the Kamehameha button. And then the character sidesteps and dodges it.
Right.
Repeat that until the game is over.
So if you're highly skilled, and I think that I'm okay, but I have not, ascended to the high ranks in like online or anything. But there's, just a lot of different options. And the thing to like make sure that you can do to prevent people from like dodging is there are ways to stun people and to get them in position that you want. You can do a leg sweep where then they fall, and thing that, it goes through in the training mode. When a character is down on the ground, you can also do a grab from the ground if you follow it up with a certain combination. So if you do a leg sweep and you hit, like up and key blast, they just reach, grab their ankle, and they throw them into the air. So then you can continue doing combos up there.
That's cool.
That's what I'm talking about. That's too complicated. Dumb this game down for me, man.
There's step in, so you're like face to face, and like if they're gonna put a combo, you do a step in. It's like you dodge forward, and like you have iframes, so all their punches just go around you, and then you can start doing hits. It's a whole lot of sidestepping, step ins, doing super counters, or if somebody's hitting you from the back, you can parry it. You have to have very precise timing, where then like you block it and then you smack them away, and it doesn't cost anything, but like your timing has to be good because otherwise there's a cooldown, and then you're just gonna get punished more. There's a lot, and I would say just take a look on some videos like on YouTube. People have posted some crazy cool battles where they're just throwing hands. It's awesome.
To watch. Yeah, for me it's a skill. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to do that kind of stuff.
And for anyone who wants to know, I will put a link to, and I'll provide this to Randy for the MP3 version as well. We'll provide a link to this PC trainer if you want to go the Dark Ken route with this game.
That's the way to put it.
I'll show you how to. We'll show you how to do that.
Dark Ken.
So, Ken, you have, I think, enjoyed this after customizing it to your tastes and things like that. Would you say it's worth it to get this if you've got the base game, or if you wanted to jump in? Like, what are your feelings on this?
So, if you know what you're getting into, yes, right? Like, Randy, you and I are coming at this game from very different sides. I'm the most casual of casual. You are a high skill technical player of this game, and I still love the way that I am able to play it with the hugest asterisk of PC, personal computer. This is how you need to be playing this game, because then you can customize it however you want. And once the way I look at Sparking Zero is that, and this is a game that I have to do that with, because my brief history, we've talked about it in the past, but these games to me were always a massive disappointment for not being Budokai 4, and that kind of feeling never left me.
Me too.
And so I have never been a huge fan of these games, even though strangely I liked Budokai Tenkaichi 2 quite a bit. But again, that could have just been out of spite. Check our video game episode for more on that. So to be able to have this game and to kind of massage it to get what I want out of it, yes, I recommend it. And people who get this game, try it the Randy way, try it the pure way, try to get good at this game. But if you're not interested in that, and you just want to see all the cool stuff this game has to offer, like there are some really, really tough battles. Like in the Kuriden story mode, there was one Randy was really hung up on and you had to do something with, right?
Yeah. Full disclosure. This update included those new story mode things and also changed enemy AI, and Bandai Namco themselves are like, yeah, it's a problem. We're going to address it with a patch coming up in like the next couple of weeks, where it's just reading inputs like crazy. Like you cannot for the life of you get in a super combo or anything, because like they're like, nope, I dodge it. I can dodge everything, even if I like. It's just ridiculous. So somebody had made a like difficulty customizer where you can change it and make it a little bit easier. So I didn't have it where it's like God mode, you can't touch me and I can still beat the snot out of you, but it just like takes it down a bit where it's like, okay, I'm not reading these inputs, and I still struggle. Like it would take me like 3 times to go through. I'm like, oh, okay, now I know how they want me to do this, and I know how I need to like do enough damage to trigger this thing that I wanted. But like coming soon, it'll be fixed. But like, yeah, sometimes these developers, they kind of do little oopsies.
But for me, one hit and I was done. So, you can do whatever you want with this game, massage it the way, because I just want to see the cool stuff. That's what I'm here for. The gameplay to me is secondary and almost even a non-issue.
So you wouldn't like just watch someone play this game on a Let's Play or like a streaming thing?
No.
It was still some aspect of it that you could control everything that you liked?
Yeah, Doug, because I'm so anal about it, I don't want to see Tien. I want to see Ten Shin Han.
There's a lot of massaging that you need to do.
Even without that, Doug, I think it comes down to you being able to choose everything. So it's like, I want to have these 2 characters talk. Cool. I want them to talk here, and I want them to talk at this time of day, and I want this character to wear this outfit, and I want this character to wear this outfit. So like, if you watched it online, they won't have it right.
And I want them to talk in this language.
Right.
There's got to be a streamer out there.
I mean, some people out there are just posting like, here's set 1 where like I do all of the new interactions and things. There's a thing that we didn't talk about, which is girl talk. We had talked, had brought it up before, where in the gallery thing, you have Bulma, Chi-Chi, and Videl all on a group call. And when you select a character in like the character select thing, and you hit girl talk, the 3 of them will all have things to say. So it'll be like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Chi-Chi will just be like, I can't believe like he looks like this. I can't, like, I don't want him in my house looking like this. And
that's cool.
Bulma will be like, yeah, Vegeta did that too. And then Videl will say something like, I can't imagine like what it would be like to have Gohan go through this or whatever. Like, and they do it for everybody. Every new character that's been added.
It's special because it's specifically the super versions of these characters. So you pull up a GT character and like GT Vegeta and Bulma will be like, that's not my Vegeta.
I don't know what he's doing here, but like the jacket's kind of cool though. Like they just have crazy really things that they'll bring up. And yeah, because it's specifically these 3 characters existing after the Tournament of Power and like how they would perceive this.
And there's shocking new lore in there as well.
Whoa.
We had previously known that Geese and Thouser were from the same binary star system, but Girl Talk confirms, and we've checked with the Japanese, that they are from the same planet.
Whoa.
Right.
Thanks, Girl Talk.
That changes everything.
Everything.
Everything's different now. Thanks, Girl Talk. But yeah, me personally, as a person who loves the Tenkaichi games, the Sparking series, yeah, man, you've added a bunch of new stuff, more toys, more controls for me to play with, and I really love that. And I hope that it's something that continues for much longer than this. You know, I look forward to more things. I'm a sicko. I've bought every piece of DLC thing you can for this because I'm like, I want the complete package, and I want to have the ability to do anything.
And then on top of that, mod it to get even everything more.
Doug, I pay multiple Patreons to get special character mods. I have a problem.
You're putting kids through college over here.
Yes. One of them decided he's got too busy now. He can't make these mods, and I'm so sad about it. But like, also, congratulations. I hope that you have a lot of happy times in like your future job where you don't have the time to do this. But yeah, I mean, you know, for me, as a person who loved those games, getting something like this, and I'm not disappointed, and it's just more and more of a cool thing. And this is one of those games that, like, I've installed it on this computer. It's never going away. I'm never uninstalling it to make room. Like, nope, that stays at the top of the favorites, because whenever I want to play this game, I always want to click a button and go.
Not only that, Kenny, he installed it on my computer. He's installing it on his computer, on his friends' computers.
On my Steam Deck, like, it's everywhere. Anything that I go to,
it's in his refrigerator.
So yeah, it's a good time, and it's been so fun to be able to talk to you guys about this whole thing, especially Ken, who I know before the game came out was like not interested, but we found a way.
Yeah,
and I think that's really cool.
I think if I were playing this on PS5, you'd be dealing with a much different me right now.
Yeah.
But because I'm able to play it on PC, yeah, I had a really wonderful time. 12.3 hours, baby. I might even do another 12.3.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks.
Dang. You know, I think I can look up his total time. So, you know, we could figure that out.
It's a Ken inclusive.
I still do have 3 story modes I haven't done yet. I need to do Frieza, Goku Black, and Jiren.
I will say I can't get the trophy for Jiren. Last night I played for 2 more hours. I'm like, what is this? I've gone through so many Reddit threads. I don't want to talk about it. It's so stupid. Anyway, we're going to take a break here, and we're going to come back and we're going to hear what you guys had to say about this whole malarkey. So see you in just a sec. Alrighty, welcome back to some more We Got a Podcast. And rather than listening to what we had to say about stuff, this is the part where we get to hear what you guys had to say. So as always, Ken, man in the blue sky, out here asking about the Sparking Zero Neo DLC. Have you played it? Have you watched it? Do you have questions about it? Chime in and let us know. And we've got some really great responses here. So Ken, would you mind taking this first one here from Nerdy Norwegian?
Yeah, the nerd from Norway says, as someone who loved playing as Oob from End of Z in Budokai 3, I was very happy to see him finally added to a game again. Getting a new Kageyama song after all these years also feels great, even if the song itself is far from the franchise's best. Sparking Zero continues to be my favorite Dragon Ball game since the PS2 era, and this DLC made the game even better. I love the new mode, and that they actually picked mostly Dragon Ball and GT characters. My only big gripe is that I dislike playing as characters that can't fly, so it's a bit frustrating trying to use Oob as my main, since he's my favorite character from the DLC. Wish they brought back an item that lets non-flying characters fly. Oob on a Kinton would be a great reference to the Kanzenban ending, and if 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, Goku could fly, he would be my favorite base Goku in the game. He might still be my favorite base Goku, actually, just annoying to use.
Whoa, what do they do if they can't fly?
So they kind of jump, and they have like a air jump that they do.
And then they just slowly descend. So it does make it annoying fighting against them because they'll fly up and they'll hit you. And then you'll do a little bit of a combo and like, great, now I'm going to do a grab. But then the grab fails because now they've sunk too low.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang.
So that's actually a good strategy then. Top tier.
Yeah.
It's frustrating fighting them and it's frustrating fighting with them. That's funny.
Yeah, man. I mean, everything kind of has its own. Like, you could play giant characters. So you could be, Ozaru. You can be Hildegarn and all this stuff.
Right.
And that's annoying fighting against them because now all of your like cinematic rush combo supers don't work because your character flies at them and then they just fly backwards because like the animation's not going to work here. So just no.
No jetpacks this time either, right?
Right. And yes, like he had brought up previously, there was an item that you could equip and then like now they can just fly.
When Mr. Satan powers up, Doug, he like and instead of like ki going around him, it's like a spotlight shows on him. And that's
and like confetti and stuff like coming around.
Great.
It's like people are cheering him on and psyching him up.
Well, I'm thinking about, have you seen the new Marvel Tokon battle? One of Deadpool's intros?
Yeah, it's Cell, right?
I'm talking about
from Fighters.
Yeah, where he does the Cell from Fighters. He like puts fireworks behind him and then times it so he goes the same like the exact same pose. Like definitely a spot on reference, and it's so great.
God, that's good. We got this one here from Jake, aka Doug number 2, says, so, all right, cigarette emoji. I'm not a fan of these games, nor do I hold nostalgia for them, but I can say nice things about Sparking Zero Neo. Sneezo? Trying to just combine it. I very much appreciate an update to the visuals, namely the lighting and shading. I know Kakarot technically did it first via platform exclusivity, but tweaking visuals to achieve better accuracy when the game clearly suffered from rush development is encouraged not only for this game, but for any future Dragon Ball action figure smack-em-ups. Dende knows Xenoverse 2 could have used some glow-ups. Hell, Xenoverse 3 could, and that game ain't out yet. That, plus all the extra dialogue between characters, juicy. You're doing something right when my only complaint is, why did you stop? Keep going. So yeah, basically just don't stop tweaking visuals and adding more character-specific dialogue, more what-if scenarios. Hard to beat. So yeah, they did do some like tweaks and things, like the lighting is now changed for Super Saiyan 3 Goku's rush attack, where like now it's like got a very specific shading look, so it just makes his model look better. Super Saiyan 3 Goku's model in this looks like doo-doo, and it's very unfortunate. But so they did that. There was some other thing where they had tweaked Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's model to now look less Shintani-esque and more like the let's say Nakatsuru. Is it? Yeah, it's Nakatsuru who did GT. More Nakatsuru-esque GT style. So
yeah, some of the character models in this game are far less than great. Like Ultra Instinct Goku does not look good. And some other ones.
Yeah. I mean, and that has been like each model, these things are changed, but like AJ explained this really well recently on Twitter, but they kind of like had a number of artists that they were working with that were like, this is kind of the style we want to go for this game. So let's redesign everybody to kind of be closer to this. So you have characters from different points in the story, but now their art style was more similar to what Super Broly sort of looked like. And then as we went on, like all of the Daima characters, nope, they are all Nakatsuru looking from Daima. We have Superhero, like now all the shading on them is different to look like these CG versions of them from that movie. And then like now with these new characters, like Super 17 looks like GT character. We've got 23rd Budokai, Goku and Chi-Chi. They look like those. We're no longer like adhering to one sort of style for all characters. Now it's like, all right, what is kind of their big look that everybody associates with it? And then we'll base it on that.
Yeah. It had to be a tough decision though, initially.
Right. So I understand they had to like make a call there. And like for some characters, it looks great. Other ones, it doesn't look very good. So now they've kind of like, okay, let's just stick to this. And it'd just be kind of hard to go back and redo all of them. Because like I said, there's 180 of them that they'd have to go back and redo.
Matches Peaches says, I love the inclusion of Tenkaichi and GT characters never seen before, but the lack of costumes is noticeable. I love the new mode added to the game, so I guess I'm coming off a little mixed. It's a baby step forward, but a half step back. Also, where are the rest of Budokai Tenkaichi 3's missing characters? Well, this is the Neo update, so this is Tenkaichi 2. That Meteor update's coming. You just gotta wait for it.
Exactly. They've got to mine more stuff that, already exists. We got to get Tobble from Raging Blast 2 in here. We got to get Hachihaku from who is also in that. But, he ain't, these characters ain't here. Or like the Pilaf machine, from all of those.
If you think about Xenoverse 2, that received its last DLC this year. So that was a 10-year platform. That game came out in 2016, right?
Yep.
Wow.
A 10-year platform. Kakarot received DLC this year. That game came out in 2020, so it's 6-year platform. And again, the next pack is coming, guys. I promise.
Yeah.
So we've got a long tail for Sparking Zero to come. And with, Super Beerus coming this year, we'll probably see adjustments made to like Frieza's model or something to be more Yamamuro-esque as we go on with this. Who knows if that'll happen, but, hopefully, because that Frieza model's pretty bad.
Yikes.
And then we'll see like, Moro is just around the corner next year, so 1,000% we're going to see Moro characters added in here, right? So there's so much more to come. Arale is coming, I promise. You just got to wait for her.
Exactly. Just give it some time. They're cooking, and they've got a lot of things. They're balancing new stuff that has come out since, like with Super and everything, and stuff that we had in previous games. So patience and pay more money later.
Pay attention, Hanins.
Yes. We've got Edwin McDuck here who says the best part of the new DLC is all of the special dialogue. The worst part of the new DLC is the dub titles for the special dialogue. I have my doubts that Grandpa Gohan is really dropping Dragon Ball Evolution lines in the Japanese audio. So Edwin, you're a real one.
What did he say? What did Grandpa Gohan say in the Revolution?
I can't remember what the reference was.
I saw people talking about it, and I said, I don't want to look at this, and I did something else with my life.
It's from that first scene where we have Goku's sweat dripping down, and then him and Gohan training. It's a reference.
It's not him saying, "I love chicken feet."
No, it's something else. I can't remember what it was, but it made me angry. So.
It made me angry.
So it is what that is there. And then Ken, do you want to take this last one here?
I will. Kev Trev says, Neo was so enticing that I bought the Steam version of Sparking Zero, even though I've been playing it on Switch 2 all this time. But for this DLC, it's not going to come out for that version until 2027. Yeah, that's one thing is that the Switch DLC, for some reason, is not coming out for a long time.
Right. So the Switch version came out much later, and rather than put out all the DLC that was already out, they're spacing it out like kind of the same
time. So
if it's like
late.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, this version came out, a year and a half later, but then this DLC came out 6 months later. Well, now we're going to wait 6 more months to add that. So
it's kind of
so
a punishment
ridiculous
to buy it on Switch.
Yeah.
Kev Trev continues, I expect it will take a full year before it's out, so I just had to take the plunge. I'm really enjoying having this almost fully fleshed out cast of characters from the entire series to play with. It's a Dragon Ball sandbox, limited only by your imagination, and my autistic hyperfixation goes hard here. It tickles my brain in all the right ways. Assuming Pilaf, Tambourine, and Arale will eventually return, all I need now is just a few more characters from the pre-Z era, like Kid Kuririn and Murasaki, please. and this will be my dream Dragon Ball game, if not my dream video game, period.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. Like, there's just so much for you to enjoy if you are a Dragon Ball sicko and you are like us, where it's like, okay, but like Grandpa Gohan has an interaction with the 4-star dragon from GT. Let me check that out. He does? Like, it's wild.
If you pick Grandpa Gohan from the mountain stage as your reference, that's where Goku fell. Oh, it's a baby.
But you know, this, to get back to what Peaches was saying earlier about the lack of costumes being noticeable, it is always really disappointing when you click on a character for customize and you go to like accessories and there's nothing there.
Nothing.
And for like
those 5 empty slots.
Grandpa Gohan by default has the mask on. Let me take that mask off.
Yeah.
That's not an option?
There's no separate costume and no accessory that you can remove so that he loses it. And it's not even a battle damage thing where then he eventually loses it. I assume
so there's no Grandpa Gohan just without his mask. It's just no. Interesting.
I would assume it's because he doesn't have, like, they didn't have or put in the time to put in facial expressions, because like through all these moves, like characters have facial expressions to different things. Like, you don't have the super bespoke ones. Like, there's like this specific version of Super Saiyan Goku. If you were fighting Z Broly and you use like this grab attack, he has that like goofy face from movie 8 as like Broly let him go and then punched him. Yeah. Like any other character, they just have like a pained look. But this Goku, he has that goofy face. So it's like, all right. Yeah. Attention to detail. These people are crazy. So, in a good way.
Attention to detail.
So we'll get that Grandpa Gohan costume when we get to the Meteor DLC. They'll include it.
Right.
And he'll have an attack where Anin comes in and does something.
Exactly. And it'll be the best thing you've ever seen. Wow. Great. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in. Super cool to see everybody, either sharing their own experiences playing it or what they love seeing from people who are into it doing. And that's good. And that's where that ends, other than trivia. Because of course, we always got to do trivia.
I'm like always gearing up to like read the outro, but then trivia comes up.
Exactly. But you know what? We've always got trivia, and it's always, of course, brought to us by Trivia Deity Zenpai. And I have to slow down every time because now I'm afraid that I'll say Trivia Deity Denpai.
I thought you just give it some like royal finesse whenever you like say it slowly. I'm like, yeah, it deserves the
give it the gravitas.
Yeah, the gravitas of it. Yeah.
So he's got some here. And again, this was one of those of like, I just had a 30-hour flight. This is not my best work. So we'll
poor
see.
Guy.
But he just had his honeymoon. So congratulations again,
Congratulations.
Zenpai. And question number 1, why did Spike call the second game in the Sparking series Neo?
I feel like this has already been a question that we've had.
Well, maybe it is. It's not his best work.
But I don't remember, because I know we talked about the Meteor being like the Meteor Smash from like the Butoden games or something, but Neo,
right.
I made a joke about Neo being something from the Matrix, but I don't remember.
And that's the answer.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Neo.
So he says it is because they thought it would make it harder for people that hadn't played the first one to jump in. So rather than saying 2, now it just says Neo. But, I mean, that's just some
That's
marketing.
A non-answer.
All right. It's a strange one.
I mean,
is that why we got Infinite World instead of Budokai 4 then, you think?
Right, they didn't want to do number 4.
Instead of 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 2.9. We added some stuff, but like there's some steps backward.
Yeah.
Question number 2. How many years have passed, do some math, between the release of Sparking Meteor and Sparking Zero? So, do you remember what year Meteor came out?
I was in college, so I want to say 2007.
You're right.
Yeah, so, oh my God, you want me to do math on the spot? Oh, no.
I'm waiting.
That's 17 years, right?
You got it. 17.
Jesus.
Now, we did have the Raging Blast games in there. So we had Raging Blast 1, which was 2009, and then Raging Blast 2, which is 2010, and then Ultimate Blast / Ultimate Tenkaichi, which is 2011. So, there's other games by that same developer. Not as good, but, they're there. Question number 3. How many characters present in previous Sparking games, not counting Tag Team or the Raging Blast series, are still missing from Sparking Zero? So from Sparking 1, 2, and 3.
I'm going to go with what Kev Shrev said and said 3.
Oh, no. It's 15. And I can't name all of those off the top of my head because there is
Yamu.
Arale, we've got the Pilaf machine. Yeah, there was another one. I think somebody else bring up one that's like, oh yeah, we don't have that person.
Tambourine.
Yeah. So like, there's a whole bunch of other ones, and yeah, I mean, we'll get them.
We don't have small garlic.
Right. Yes, we're missing small pre.
Oh, just the big ball of garlic.
And since we was Thouser, was he in Meteor?
I think so.
Oh, but we, give us the Spice Boys, gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Let's get all of the random goons from all of these movies. We can go even further beyond what Meteor had to offer. There's so much in these.
Ascend.
Yeah.
We've got Bojack, and now we've got Zangia. Give us Gokua, give us all.
Yeah.
It was funny going through with Zangia and doing her stuff, and I'm like, I don't even remember her talking at all in the movie.
Doing an attack or anything.
And she's got all these special interactions with characters, and I'm like, this is weird. You guys have made her into a character that I don't remember her being at all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Well, everybody, thanks for listening. We love interacting with you and keeping you in the conversation, talking about our favorite franchise in the world. You can post with us over on our Blue Sky. We're keeping it easy at wegottapodcast.com. And of course, you can just email us at show@wegottapodcast.com.
Thank you to Rifti Beach for letting us use his track, Kakarot Theme Hip Hop Trap Remix. You can find that track and other great music by Rifti on his SoundCloud. Ken, where can the good people find you?
You can find me at detectivex.bsky.social, where I am ramping up for Oobtober.
Ooh, hell yeah. I can't believe it's already time. Randy, What about you?
You can find me over on Blue Sky at Saberbreaker at wegottapodcast.com. But if you just search Saberbreaker, you'll find me.
You will.
Doug, what about you?
Indeed, you will. You can find me at DrabazDoug on all the socials.
Okay, everyone, a bit of warning about our next episode. We will be recording it earlier than usual. We will be recording it on the weekend. We're still kind of figuring out what day. So after this episode comes out, so this will be on the Wednesday, it'll be the weekend following. So just pay attention on Blue Sky. We'll still put that call out in the morning, but it's not going to be
tight window.
It's not going to be a Tuesday like usual when we're putting out the call. Don't totally know what we're going to be talking about yet, but we'll know by the time we post what we want you to let us know. So, and all that. And what else is there to say but catch you, Matinator.
Bye.
Bye-bye.